You're not going to need anything for this class other than your mat, and we're going to get started laying all the way down on our backs. You'll bend your knees into your chest, rest your head down, then place your hands on your shins and give yourself a big hug with your elbows pointed wide. Sway from side to side and start to massage out your low back. Inhale. And now on your exhale, come back through center, stop the rocking, and curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Press your legs deeply into your chest and lift your chest deeply up into your thighs. Create as little space as possible between your thighs and your chest, and then lower everything down. Inhale, we pull up. We keep the elbows pointed wide. We put lots of pressure into the shins, through the palms. Peel open your chest a little bit more, and then melt everything down. One more like this. We curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Use your core to keep lifting, and then press deeper in so that you create as little space as possible in your room. Create a little ball shape with your body. Now on your inhale, we're going to reach both arms and legs out and away from you. On your exhale, we're going to pull everything back in, stay lifted. Inhale, we reach the arms and legs long. We squeeze the inner thighs together. We plug the shoulder blades down to continue opening through the chest. And then we pull right back home. 3 more like this. We inhale and reach, heels together, toes apart. Exhale, we pull in. Last 2. We reach everything long. Keep reaching the fingers up and away, and then pull back home. Last one. We reach everything long, we hold. Spiral out the legs, reach them longer. Maybe lower them another inch. Bend the knees into the chest and then lower the head. Twist your neck from side to side to stretch out the neck and breathe. And then come back through center. Hands stay on the shins. We curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. We reach the legs and arms long, and we pump the arms with purpose. Feel the wind below your palms as you pump for the 100. It's an inhale for 5 counts and an exhale for 5 counts. As we pump, the upper body stays completely still. Try not to rock back and forth. The legs stay still. The upper body stays still. The arms are the only thing moving. Now, can you curl up another 2 inches and maybe lower the legs another inch? If you need to bring the legs into tabletop, that is okay. Keep pulling the belly button down. Good. Breathe. We're almost there. Inhale and exhale. Last 2 sets. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Curl up another inch for this last set, and then lower the legs halfway down. Good. Pause. We're going to go up an inch and down for 6 and 5. Reach the legs longer. 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Bend the knees in and then lower the head. Place your feet down on the mat and windshield wiper your legs from side to side, keeping your shoulder blades and your ribs wrapping down into the mat. Hands are going to come behind the head, elbows nice and wide. We're going to bring the legs into tabletop, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Flex your feet and align your knees over your hips. Curl up 3 more inches while keeping the elbows wide. Try not to hug them in towards your head. So the lift does not come from the neck or the palms. It comes from the core. Now from here, we're going to lift deeper up onto our left side, reaching our right shoulder towards our left thigh. Staying lifted, we come back through center and then twist over to the right. The goal here, as we continue twisting through the upper body, is that the legs stay still and we keep the shoulders peeling off of the mat. Trying not to melt down in between is part of that challenge. And now can you keep your tailbone anchored a little bit more through the twists? We inhale, twist higher. Exhale, pull back. 1 more on each side. And now back to the left side, we hold. Point the toes and extend the right leg long as the left leg hugs into the chest, and we switch to the other side. Keeping the tailbone even more anchored now as the legs move. We stay centered as we twist. It's a lift and a twist, not a lean. Good, for 6. Point the elbows wider, 5. Keep curling up, 4. And 3. Last 2. 1 more on each side. And then lower everything down. Hands stay behind the head. Twist out the lower body from side to side. Come back through center. We curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Elbows stay wide. Legs point straight up to the ceiling. Now, I want you to curl up 3 more inches. Continue plugging your shoulder blades down your back as the chest lifts up. Lengthen out the legs a little bit more. So squeeze your inner thighs together and really find length through the legs. You'll feel a deep stretch through the hamstrings the more that you try to lengthen out the legs. Keep lifting. From here, we lower the right leg straight down and then switch to the other side. Finding more and more length without swaying through the body. How controlled can you make this movement? Upper body stays still as the legs lift and lower. We add on. The right leg lifts, left leg lowers. We circle the legs out to the sides to switch their position. We scissor kick 2 times. We helicopter out to the side. Finding that big hip mobility while the core stays on fire. Can we lift up higher? I know we can. And we switch. Switch, switch, circle around. Last 3. And we circle. Good, 2. And we circle. Last set. Circle around. Left leg lifts. Bend the knees in. Lower the head for a moment. You can rock out the lower body and twist it out to catch your breath. And then when you're ready, both legs extend right back up to the ceiling. Find more length through the legs first. Really spiral out the legs like you're trying to reach the toes up to the ceiling. Curl the head, neck, and shoulders up and we hold. Lift up another inch first. Lengthen out the legs another inch. And then we lower both legs straight down and right back up. Inhale to lower and exhale. Lift with control. Good. Keep pulling the belly button down in towards your spine. That was not a word. Towards your spine. Good. We're going to do 4 more. I was going to say into your spine. Last 3. Can we curl up 2 more inches? I know we can. Last 1. We lower, we bend both knees in, extend both legs out for 8. And 7. Heels together, toes apart. 6. And 5. Last 4. Little break coming, I promise. 3. And 2. Last 1. Bend the knees, lower the head, arms down by your sides. Keep your feet in parallel now on the mat and keep your knees aligned with your hips. From here, we lift the hips up and find our bridge. Squeeze the glutes deeply as you pull the heels in towards your glutes and then melt all the way down inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, we lift the hips high. We press the triceps and palms deeper in towards the ground. And we melt the spine down, upper back first, then mid back, then low back, and tailbone. 4 more slow with this full articulation, really bringing awareness to every vertebrae through your spine. And how can you bring more awareness to each piece as its own? Really breaking down the spine inch by inch. and moving with intention. Stamping the low back first and then peeling up. Hold at the top of this bridge. Little pumps up and down with the hips for 8, 7. Keep shifting your weight forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower all the way down. Bring your heels wider in an external rotation with your toes pointed out to the sides and heels still on the mat. From here, we bridge up, activating through the inner thighs as we imagine them pulling together. We lower down. Bridge up, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, and melt all the way down. Last 3. We breathe, and we lower, and 2. 1 more, we lift up and we hold. We float both arms straight up to the ceiling. Little pumps up and down as we continue shifting forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Walk your feet back into parallel and then lift your heels off of the mat. We bridge up and we hold. Lift the heels even higher and find more length through your thighs, reaching over your knees. Open your knees out to the sides and then tap the knees together, squeezing the inner thighs. It's not just a tap at the center. It's how much can you crush your legs together. We've got 6 more. Keep lifting the heels. And 5. Last 4. And 3. Good. 2 more. Last 1. Squeeze the inner thighs together and hold. Little pumps up and down. Keep lifting the heels and keep squeezing in as we lift. For 6. Can you squeeze tighter? 5, 4. Feel a little shake in the legs from how hard you're squeezing. Last 1. We lower all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest and then roll out the ankles in each direction a couple of times. Breathe. From here, extend the legs nice and long. Arms are going to go up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Dig your heels deeply into the ground, into the mat. And now begin to tuck your chin to your chest. Look down towards your thighs first. I want you to start to peel up as slow as you possibly can, starting with the upper back, then with the middle back. Start to squeeze the glutes here. It's going to help you flex the feet even deeper. Remove your low back from the mat and then roll up and over. Really feel a hamstring stretch as you continue flexing forward through your spine. And then slowly and controlled, we roll all the way down inch by inch. So just like we did with our bridges, this time we're rolling up, taking the spine piece by piece. And over. Keep plugging your shoulder blades down your back. Try not to go up into the traps as best as you can. Oftentimes when we're exercising, we start to build tension in our body where it's really not needed. And in Pilates, you can really be aware of where you start to hold on to that tension. It's different for different people. But the more you're aware of it, the more you can soften your face, you can soften your neck, and let whatever you're working on do the work. Don't add on to that tension. We're going to do 1 more. We lift up and over. And now this time, we forward fold down into our legs and deep in the hamstring stretch as we pull the palms into the legs. From here, you're going to walk your hands back behind you and then bend your knees. Fingertips are pointed to the back edge of your mat, and we're not shrugging down through the shoulders. We're pushing ourselves up and away from the floor. Legs are going to float up into tabletop. From here, we extend the right leg long and then bend it in. Extend the left leg long and bend it in. The palms are so light on the mat that technically you're not leaning on them, and you could hold this position with the hands not there. We're going to keep them there because we would all fall if we tried to remove them. I just want you to think of light as a feather through the palms, through the fingers on the mat, really balancing on your sits bones by using your core. Good. We're strengthening those deep hip flexors here, reaching and pulling. We've got 3 more on each side. Keep peeling open your chest. Last 2. More energy through the legs and through the core. Last set. Left leg reaches. Bend the knees in, and then bring the soles of your feet together. Widen out the knees. And sit for a butterfly stretch without rounding through your spine. So keep the spine long and just lean forward. No rounding. We breathe. Good. From here, we're going to extend the legs long. We've got one more exercise here on our backs before we move over to our sides. You're going to roll all the way down and then keep your arms nice and long by your sides. We're going to practice our teasers. Arms and legs stay reaching long. On your inhale, you start to roll up through the upper body the same way we just did. But this time, the legs are going to lift with you. Arms and legs come into a parallel, and then simultaneously upper body, lower body melts all the way down onto the mat. Take it with grace. Inhale. We push up against gravity as we lift up. And then we lower all the way down with control. Squeeze the inner thighs together a little bit more as we lift. Keep opening through the chest. And then we lower 1 inch at a time. Last 3. We're not here for long. Give it your best effort. We lift. Keep reaching, and then we lower. Last 2. Inhale, we flex the spine, we peel up, and we lower. Last 1. We take a deep breath, we make it our best teaser yet, as we float all the way up and we hold for 10. 9, squeeze the inner thighs together, reach the legs longer, peel open your chest, reach more, and then forward fold into your butterfly stretch. We're going to lay on our left side, propped up onto our left forearm. Upper body will be aligned with the back edge of your mat, and the legs are going to be towards the front edge of the mat. From this position, we do not load into the shoulder. We continue pushing ourselves away from the floor, really wrapping through the lower waist, pulling it up. Keep the hips stacked, flex your feet. And now before we lift the top leg, can you press your bottom leg deeper in towards your mat? Use that force to now lift the top leg. Reach the top leg longer as you stretch through the back of your heel. Flex the foot, kick, and then point the foot to glide back. It's a kick, and a point to glide, using the core to stay stable through the upper body. We've got 6 more like this. Keep pressing that bottom leg down. The right palm can either be down on the mat, maybe you want to reach it up to the ceiling, whatever just feels more natural and comfortable for you. Last 3. Good. And 2. 1 more. We kick the leg forward and we hold. Little pumps up and down for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the foot, glide it back. Little circles for 8. 7, 6, 5. Initiate the circle from the hip, not the foot. And reverse for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Flex your foot, stretch through your heel, pump up for 8. Think of something heavy on the leg that you're pushing up and away. If your neck starts to bother you, you can look down over your left shoulder. Last 3, 2, 1, and then lower the leg all the way down. Take a little rest and then point the toes and externally rotate the top leg. Lift the leg up about halfway. Bend the knee into your right shoulder and glide the foot down the leg to reach long. We lift up halfway, we bend, and we glide, keeping that external rotation through the top leg as you find your bicycle. We've got 3 more like this. Keep pushing yourself away from the ground. And 2. Last 1. Good, we reverse. We bend the knee in first, extend the leg long and away. We bend in, we reach long, adding that extra resistance by using your breath and your mind. We've got 3 more. Good. And 2. Last 1. We reach the leg long and we lower it down. Prop yourself up. You can punch out the glute if you need to. And then keep your left leg bent in front of you with your right leg bent beside you. Anchor down through the right hip. Reach both arms out into a T and find your mermaid. Pushing the palm deeper to anchor down through the hip even more as we flow from side to side. I want you to enhance the pull of the arm by imagining like your palm, it's reaching in one direction, right? The shoulder blade is gliding down in the opposite direction. See how that feels. Apply that to your body. See if you feel a difference through that pull, through that side bend. On this next one, we reach the right arm up and over. We rotate down, right palm up against left knee. We push the palm into the knee to find some rotation through the spine. You'll find an opening through the right hip flexors. Before we lay on our right side, we're going to switch our legs and find mermaid with the legs switched. Arms in a T. We'll start with the right side first. And flow. Soften your face and your jaw if you feel like you're clenching. Last 2. On this one, we'll hold with the left arm reaching up and over. Rotate down, left palm up against right knee. We twist to look over the right shoulder. We come back through center. Rest your right forearm down, upper body align with the back edge of the mat, and then feet towards the front corner of the mat. We press the bottom leg deeper into the mat to begin. Make sure your right elbow is under the right shoulder and the arm isn't too far out so you can truly push yourself away. Flex the top foot. We kick, we point to glide. This is a different leg than the other leg. So if you feel like your range of motion here is less, maybe it's more than the other side, that's okay. Just do what works for you and your body and continue to move. I'm very aware of my feet right now for some reason, and I hope that they're not dirty as I kick. Because you're probably looking at my feet as I kick forward, or maybe you weren't, and now I just told you to look at my feet. Okay, let's move on. Let's do 2 more. And a last one. We're going to kick the leg forward, dig through the heel, stretch it longer, and then little pumps up for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep pushing yourself away from the floor. Point the foot, glide it back, flex the foot, pump up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Point the toes, little circles for 8, 7. Look down if you need. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse the direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly lower all the way down. Take one breath to reset. Lift the leg up halfway. Bend the knee in with that external rotation and glide the foot out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend and press. 4 more. Good. Keep pressing that bottom leg deeper into the mat. It will help you stabilize. And 2. 1 more. And we reverse. We bend the knee in, extend, and reach. We bend, extend, and reach for 4. Can you push yourself away from the floor another inch for these last 3? And 2. Good. 1 more. We reach the leg long. We lower down. From here, you're going to roll onto your belly. This time, we keep the legs nice and long, and we reach the arms back behind us with the palms facing up to the ceiling. Now, you can rest your head down for a moment to really flex through the neck and the spine, and just take a moment to reset your breath as you inhale. And now on your exhale, I want you to peel open your chest as you float your arms off of the mat. Like you're trying to push something that's on the palms up and away. And then lower everything down with control. There is a truck outside beeping. I hope it's not catching too much with the mic. It stops. There we go. All right, so we're going to lift up. We peel open the chest, and then we lower everything down. 6 more like this. Think about maybe like cylinder blocks, something really, really heavy up on the hands, and you're lifting it, squeezing the triceps. Last 5. Let's squeeze the glutes now, squeeze the core as we lift. 4. And 3. Last 2. Keep gliding the shoulder blades down as you open the chest. Last one, we lift and hold. Bring your hands into a fist, and now open your arms out into a T, palms face down, and squeeze the arms back to the hips, keeping the height of your chest. Inhale, we open to a T. Exhale, we pull right back inwards towards our midline. We squeeze everything tight. You can make or break this exercise depending on how much effort you put into it. So give it your all. We're almost done with class. We've got 4 more. And 3. Squeeze. Last 2. 1 more. Squeeze back and hold. Flip your thumbs down. Pinkies up. Keep the fists. Little pumps up with the arms for 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down. Place your palms on the outsides of your shoulders. And now stretch your arms, stretch your chest, and push up into a swan. Drop the shoulders, lengthen out the neck. Breathe, and then lower slowly all the way down. Tuck your toes and push up into a plank. Find your plank. Walk your feet together if you can. Flex your feet. Spread out the fingers wide and hold. Try not to move even a hair and stretch out the calves even more. We breathe for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We bend the right knee to the right elbow and then reach the leg back without lifting the hips. Bend the right knee into the center. Reach back, deepening the calf stretch through the left leg. Reach to the left elbow now and step back into a plank. Lift the left leg, left knee, left elbow. We reach back. Left knee center. We reach back. Left knee, right elbow. We reach back, lower the foot. Lift the hips as you pike them up. Pedal out the legs as you drop one heel at a time down to the mat. Roll forward into your plank once again. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, step your right foot in, knee is at a hover. Left foot in, knee is at a hover. Push yourself away from the floor. We hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower the knees and go directly into your cat-cow. Find your proper alignment if you need, through your knees, through your palms, and reset. Find your neutral spine. Keep your right palm down on the mat. Lift the left arm up. Twist deeply. And then thread the right palm under the left shoulders. You bend the right elbow. Use your left arm to push yourself deeper, feeling that stretch. Peel open one more time. Left palm returns down. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Stretch deeper through the arm and then thread under. The more you push this right palm into the ground, the deeper you'll feel that stretch and that pull through the right shoulder. Peel open once again. Both hands down. Reset at center through one cat-cow. And then sit back in a child's pose. Reaching your arms nice and long. You can also place your hands by your sides with your palms facing up. Whatever feels good for you. Just finishing off this class, taking 3 deep inhales and exhales together. Inhale deeply through the nose as you soften out all the tiny muscles in your face, from your forehead to your eyebrows, your eyelids, and your cheeks. Separate your tongue from the roof of your mouth and release any tension that's built up in your neck and in your shoulders. And gently place your tongue back on the roof of your mouth and keep it soft. Last 2 deep breaths together in through the nose. And exhale, breathing out any tension, any doubt, any negativity. Release it from your body as you breathe. Replace that with an deep inhale filled with fresh oxygen, filled with lightness, kindness, gratitude, whatever you want to breathe in. Inhale it. And exhale as you cleanse out your lungs. Gently walk your hands back towards you. Sit yourselves up. And you're all set. I hope that you enjoyed this class, and I will see you next time. Bye!